All right, today is February the 7th, 2026. Last year I had gotten the gross pay for the county employees from 2020 to 2024. I just want to go through all these $100,000 and more wages for these people in light of the argument about the $57,000 sheriff's car fiasco where they didn't get paid and they were going to get, repossessed. And the argument between the chief or the sheriff and the one of the county commissioners, and how they don't seem to be getting along very well. Let's look at these wages. All right, we'll start here at the $100,000 point. The first one is, you can see his name, makes $100,000. And we'll just slide this through here. And see what these people make. This is for 2020. Gross pay for the county, 2020. And you people can decide who's who and who makes what, or what they made. Now, Frank Miller up here, he's the, I think he's the coroner. I think he is. Maybe he wasn't in 2020, but he is now, I'm pretty sure. Now, I don't know if I'll mention people's name. This James Cordy's, I think that was his buyout or retirement or whatever the heck he got, but maybe Muhek was, I don't know. I don't know who these people are, some of these people. Dennis Will, I do know he was the county prosecutor. Okay, now we'll go up here to 2021, and we'll see all these 100,000 people. You guys can count them later. Now it's Jeffrey King is the lowest guy. And we'll go here. Jim Burge made $109,000 in 2021. We'll see him later, how much more he's making. There's the sheriff, Bill Stametti, make $105,000, and he's the sheriff over 300,000 people. And remember, the Lorain police chief made $240,000 last year, McCann, and he was only a cop over 65,000 people. I mean, that's kind of weird, ain't it? Why is Lorain paying their chief of police more than the county sheriff? So here, a name that's been in the thing, all these for Dan Panacord, $112,000. His name has been in there a lot. Tony Stillo, he made $120,000. He was working there in 2021, huh? Ken Carney, I think he's the county engineer. I'm just going through here real slow on what these people are making. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Frank Miller is the county coroner. That's 2021. Now we'll go to 2022. I haven't counted up all the names of how much, I haven't counted up the numbers of how many more 100,000 heirs there are, but you guys can do that with this list. Let's see here. Way down here, start at the $100,000 person. Anna Rufo Cassioni, I don't know. We'll just see here. Here's the three commissioners. Moore and Hung and Lundy. They're making 100,000 each. I don't know who some of these people are. I know who some are, but I'm not going to say. You guys figure it out. You know, like... Here's the name of this guy, Robert Van Sant. He's been in the news. 104K. Dennis Will, he's made 105,000. So I think that's when he went back to work for Stameti, because he wasn't county prosecutor anymore. But he's still sucking off the taxpayers' teat. So that's what we do here. We look at these. And then you guys can look and compare who's made what one year and made another year, right? Like I said, some of these people, I know who some of these people are. I'm not blaming anybody for what they make. They get paid what, now remember, here's Petticourt. He made, what, 102, and now it's 128. And there's Burge. In 2020, I think it was, or he made 109. Now he got a $20,000 raise in 2 years. Who the fuck gets that? And these people over there, these went on strike, you know, or they had that protest. They want more raises. These people are making $10,000 a year raise. Get the fuck out of here. So this is ridiculous, I think. But this is what we put up with. So now we open our mouth. And Aaron Knapp has been leading the way in the corruption. I'm not saying this is corruption, but I'm saying that, you know, Tony Sillo is making 150. Tony Sillo was making more than J.D. Thomas. He was a prosecutor. I don't know. Unless there's another Anthony D. Tony Sillo. I don't know. I have no idea. You people can look at this. And there's this Frank Miller again, making 189,000. This Amber Fisher, whoever she is, making 167,000. I don't know what these people do. Okay, now we'll go here to 2023, and we'll go back down here to the 100. Start at the $100,000, and then everybody can look and do their own thing. Now here's somebody. The first $100,000 person is Brian Plemons. I don't know. I made 100,000 plus, I don't know, 11,000. I don't know. I don't know how they do this. Here's Tim Weitzel. This is one of the guys that was involved in the Aaron Knapp deal. He was making 100K. Like I said, I know some of these people. Some of these people are making big money. I don't know why. But this is what we should do. All you got to do is write to the auditor's office and ask for the list of the wages, and they'll send them to you, people. I mean, it's a public record. These people work for us. But it seems like somebody above us in the government hands out raises for some reason. I haven't gone through all these names and numbers and how much who works for what. I know this Jim Cramer guy. He works for the Board of Elections. I even have all theirs. This stuff isn't hard to ask for, and then you look and see why these people making raises, and then you got people having a fit over these union workers that want to get a little raise or something, and if they're not doing their job, then file a complaint on them. Same as the rest of these people. File a complaint on these people. Like in the case of Lorain, Ohio. The clerk has been the clerk for over 4 years now, and she'd never even sworn in as an oath. Now here's Paul Adams. Everybody knows him. He was the head of the Board of Elections, making $114K. So these people, they all work for the county. We're paying their thing, and they don't have, and they're getting repossessed on their sheriff cars. I don't know. This is kind of ridiculous, I thought. Here's Burge again. Okay, remember he made 109. Now he's making 127. Petticourt, another one. These people are getting $20,000 raise in 2 years. Get out of here. Here's Jeffrey Armbruster. Remember his name. 130,000 in 2023. Yeah, there's Frank Miller. See, he's the coroner. He makes 185,000. All right, here's 2024. Go back down here and start again at the $100,000 group. And let's see here. A guy named Jeffrey Riddell. Now, he's a county commissioner. $100,000. Dave Moore, $100,000. I don't know what this 17,666,211 means. I don't know. But Riddell is making $100K in 2024. And then let's go through these names again and see what everybody makes. And then write to the auditor's office and ask them for a itemized list of where do these people, the department they work in. It's as simple as that. I do this every year and show you people what's going on, and you can all see. This is what it is. All these 100,000 people in the county, and they don't have money to pay their bill for the police cars or sheriff's deputy car, whatever you want to call them. Now see, there's that James Cramer. He made a $4,000 raise in 1 year working at the Board of Elections. How come? Tony Sillo here, he took a pay cut. I don't know why. He didn't do nothing. I don't know. Paul Adams took a pay cut. Oh, maybe this was kickback from COVID or some shit. Who knows? But are they trying to act like they did such a good deal for us? I don't know. Let's just go through here and see what these people make. Now there's the sheriff's, Demetti. He made only 111,000, and he's, the Lorain police chief was making 240. We get out of here. This is crap. Whether the sheriff should get more money or not, I don't know. I don't know what they do to get paid as much as they do now. See, once you're in the government, that's what you do. You just keep going and going. Here's that Van Sant. He made like 20 grand in 3 years extra. Kind of stupid, ain't it? Or silly. Why did they got to get a big raise like that every year? You know, there's Jim Burge, 136,000. Now back here in 2020, he made 109. So that's what, $25,000 raise? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 20, 4,000 a year raise, right? And how much of these people get a raise over there that was looking for things? Here's Anthony Coonrod. You know, he's the guy that got killed by his girlfriend, and then she killed herself. $145,000. That's a lot of money for a cop. Here's Jeffrey Armbruster. Remember what he was making? 130. Now he got a 30,000 raise. I don't know. This is here's the whatchamacallit. The coroner. All right, I'm going to set this phone down here and try to find this 2025. Oh, I'm sorry. 2025, when they sent it to me, it wasn't in order. It was however they threw it out there. So I'd have to go through all the names, and there's probably, 500, 600, 700 people that work there. But this is just a sample. This is what your county employees make. And we can go down here and see people that are making 50, 70,000, you know. Summer Fleming, you know, a guy I went to school with, that's his daughter. I never met her, but, you know, I heard she was a great golfer. This is what I don't understand. We got so many people overhead, and you go there and you ask a question, and then a corrections officer comes out and tells the guy, I got James Mauricio out of jail, and he's telling him that he better get the hell out of there because he's going to arrest him for trespassing. We were doing business. You know, we had business to do, to get records and stuff and ask questions, and this cop was telling him to get out of there, CO. You know, get out, or we're going to, you know, run you through the trespassing. So this is how they treat us. I think we should fire about half these people. Make them all sign their life away to us, you know. I don't know. The corruption seems to be right here in these wages. Look at all these people get the same wage here. What kind of a shit is that? I don't know. Is that a union, guys? I don't know. And then you get the people that are making twice as much. Like I said, this is what it is. This is what they're making. I'm not going by their names. I'm just signing down there. You ask these people how much they make. I'm just doing it the big $100,000. $100,000. So, slide this up. This is what I do, people. You know? Garrett Longacre made 91,000. His name is in the thing too, with this J.D. Thomas and stuff. A lot of names involved in here. Lee Prue, there, she made 93,000. And in 2024. Now I gotta show this. Where's the 2025 one at? Let me see if I can find it here. No, this is Lorain's. Anyhow, I sent that out. The whatchamacallit, 2025. Lee Prue was making 121,000. So she got a $20,000 raise in 1 year? I don't know. You people tell me. This is what's understandable or not. I don't understand why all this stuff is like this. What did I get here? What is this? Article section. Let's see. Article 15, Section 7, the Ohio Constitution. Does the Clerk and assistant clerk of Lorain City Council comply with the Ohio Constitution, the Ohio County. Every person chosen or appointed to any office under this state before entering upon the discharge of its duties shall take an oath of affirmation to support the Constitution. Brianna Dahl has not taken that oath. There is no oath on record in the city of Lorain that she has taken the oath. And she's been the clerk of council for 4 years. And before that, she was the assistant clerk. She's worked for Lorain for 12 years. Now, that's possibly over $600,000 in wages, and she was never sworn in. This is a question that Lorain City Council, they're going to have to answer this stuff. Why they have people here making money that we don't know. So all kinds of stuff. Look at that. 2,100 emails I got. That's inbox. 3,300 sent emails. See, I do my job. I do my job to get these emails. So, okay, people, there you go. I'm going to watch the Olympics. Ask for public records. Find out how much we're paying these people and what's the result we get back. People arrested for asking questions in a clerk of court's office in Lorain. $6 million. This is what the sheriff, $6 million, monthly views. And then the county commissioner said he was blowing smoke up everybody's ass. Jeff Riddell said that Jack Halls blows smoke up everybody's ass. He should get out of Lorain County and go start his kingdom in another county. That's why I'm just quoting the public county commissioner. So y'all have a good day, Lorain. Garen Petty. I'm putting this on YouTube. I'm out.